Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Missions Ignite and the continuing story of Cameron Townsend. I'm Miss Joanne. In our missionary story last time, Cameron was learning the Catchical language, one word at a time. When he would learn a new word, he would write it on a card and file it in his shoebox. Cameron wanted to translate the Bible into the Catchical language so they could know about Jesus' love for them. Cameron worked so hard learning their language. He had to figure out just the right word to use so that they could understand. Within 1 month, Cameron had translated the first 4 chapters of the book of Mark into the Catchical language. He knew they would be happy, but he didn't know how happy. When he told them, they laughed, they cried, they jumped up and down, they sang songs, they were so excited. One woman said, "God speaks Catchical. It's true. He does love us." Oh, Cameron was so excited for the Catchical Indians. He was so happy they could know God loved them. He knew God wanted all of them to be saved from their sin the same way he wants everyone to be saved. God was using Cameron to help make the truth of the Bible known in places it had never been heard before. But Cameron's work had just begun. Cameron learned that there was a huge tribe of Catchical people, over 200,000 of them, in the nearby town of San Antonio, Guatemala. So his wife Elvira and he moved to San Antonio to be near this big group of Catchical people. They had no place to live and they were very poor. So Cameron built a house using corn stalks. He tied them together, and on the inside, he put up 3 poles and he hung sheets between the poles so they could have separate rooms. The Indians were amazed at this house with rooms, and they came to see it. They brought their friends and their relatives, and sometimes they brought very strange gifts. One day a visitor came and said, "Buenos dias, senor." "Good day, sir. I brought you a treat. Eat them while they're still warm." You'll never guess what the visitor brought. He brought tadpoles. Cameron took one look and his stomach got all queasy and it did flip-flops. But then Cameron realized if he wanted these people to know how much he cared for them, he needed to eat what they ate. Cameron said, "Gracias," or "thank you." And smiling, he took a handful. They weren't too bad. And they were very nourishing and had a lot of protein. They took the place of meat for the Indians. Cameron also learned how to eat ants and worms. Every day the Indians visited Cameron and his wife. They brought their sick babies sometimes, and Elvira would treat them the best she could with what little medicine she had. The Indians loved to talk to Cameron and his wife, but they talked very fast. They had to listen so closely to catch any new words. But Cameron realized this was the best way to learn their language. He thought, if we continue to listen and talk with them, and if we're very patient, we will learn the language. And soon we will have the entire New Testament translated into their language. Cameron realized there was so many people in other parts of the world that needed to have a Bible in their language too. God wants every person of every language to be saved from sin. God was using Cameron to translate the Bible into the Catchical language so that the Indians could read for themselves about Jesus' love for them. Translation work isn't easy, but Cameron kept working at it. A year went by, then 2, 3, 4, 5 years went by, and still the Catchical New Testament wasn't finished. 6, 7, 8 years went by, and Cameron still had more work to do. 9 years went by, still wasn't finished, but finally, after 10 years, the New Testament was finally translated into the Catchical language. They had it published, so it was a whole New Testament in one book. Cameron presented the first copy of the New Testament to the president of Guatemala. It had taken a long time, but Cameron knew it was worth it. Now the Catchical Indians could read all 27 books of the New Testament in their own language. Well, now Cameron began to wonder what God wanted him to do next now that this big translation project was finished. He could go back to Los Angeles, but he knew that in Mexico, there were at least 500 unwritten languages. Did God want him to start all over again, learning a new language? Well, to find out, you'll have to watch the next episode. Thank you for coming. Remember, you can always find Missions Ignite at the Child Evangelism Fellowship website, www.cef3rivers.org. I'm Miss Joanne, and I'll see you next time.